All right, let's just jump right into this explainer, because you might actually think ending your GEICO auto policy is as simple as, I don't know, clicking a cancel button online or just ghosting your payments. But honestly, doing it wrong can trigger a massive cascade of headaches. We're talking lost discounts, state penalties, and even a suspended driver's license. So today, we're breaking down the exact source material from GEICO's official guidelines, state regulations, and top financial advisors to give you a comprehensive, evergreen blueprint for safely and cleanly terminating your auto coverage without any of the blowback. I mean, it's a serious question. A sloppy cancellation can literally trigger huge coverage gaps, lost discounts, and massive state penalties. For instance, creating just a one-day lapse in your coverage gets reported to the state, and that can drastically raise your future insurance rates with any new company. Why? Well, because insurance companies share data. If GEICO reports a lapse, your next insurer is instantly going to flag you as a high-risk customer, meaning your supposedly cheaper new policy could suddenly skyrocket in price. So we are going to make absolutely sure you do this perfectly.
So, here is our foolproof agenda for today. 1. Reasons to cancel. 2. The pre-cancellation checklist. 3. Executing the cancellation. 4. Fees, refunds, and penalties. And 5. FAQs and final steps.
Let's start with Section 1, Reasons to Cancel. You know, understanding your why is actually the very first step in ensuring you don't make a costly mistake. Whether you're reacting to a sudden price hike, moving out of state where the regional rates completely change, or simply selling your car, it is absolutely crucial to pinpoint exactly why you're leaving so you can secure the right replacement. For example, if you just experienced poor claims handling after an accident, you are obviously shopping for a brand new carrier with way better customer service. But if you just sold your car and aren't replacing it right away, you might want to look into a non-owner car insurance policy. A lot of people sell their car, assume they don't need insurance since they aren't driving, and then bam, they get hit with massive rate hikes when they buy a new vehicle 2 years later, all because of that gap in their driving history. Don't fall into that trap.
All right, moving on to Section 2, the pre-cancellation checklist.
Now, what's really interesting about this next phase is that preparation completely dictates your success. You absolutely cannot just wing this. Before you even think about picking up the phone to cancel, you must gather your specific GEICO policy number, your requested cancellation date, proof of replacement insurance, your lender or leasing information, and your state-specific DMV instructions. Why do you need your lender info? Well, if you finance or lease your car, your lender strictly requires continuous physical damage coverage. And speaking of that requested cancellation date, always double-check your new policy's exact start date to completely avoid overlap billing. Having this checklist fully checked off ensures that when you finally communicate with customer service, the handoff is completely clean and you won't have to make any frustrating follow-up calls.
So the crucial point here is this exact order of operations. Number 1, secure your new coverage. Number 2, handle strict state DMV plate rules. And number 3, only then contact GEICO. Let's look at a real-life scenario because this trips people up all the time. In states with strict registration rules, like New York, North Carolina, Florida, or Georgia, you actually have to surrender your license plates or cancel your vehicle registration before you terminate your liability coverage. If you cancel GEICO first before turning in your plates, the DMV's automated systems could immediately suspend your license. And as we all know, untangling a bureaucratic mess with the DMV is a headache absolutely nobody has time for, right?
Okay, Section 3, Executing the Cancellation.
Let's look at the actual termination of your policy and outline the pros and cons of your options. Despite what a lot of people think, you actually cannot cancel your entire GEICO auto policy via the app or online portal. While the online portal or mobile app is fantastic, and that's a huge pro for quickly downloading your current declarations page or checking billing records before you make the switch, the major con is that you cannot actually process a full auto policy cancellation digitally. Speaking with an agent live on the phone is the mandatory method to end coverage cleanly. There is simply no digital workaround for a complete cancellation.
You need to call this specific customer service number, 1-800-841-1587. When the automated interactive voice response system picks up, tell it you want to cancel insurance policy, and then just say auto. This gets you routed to the right agent immediately. Now, a quick tip for effectively communicating with customer service once you're on the line, remember that they are highly trained retention specialists. Be polite, but be firm. They might dangle a new discount or heavily pitch their Drive Easy telematics program to track your driving and get you to stay. But if your mind is made up and you already have a better deal locked in, hold your ground and stick to your requested cancellation date.
Which brings us to Section 4, Fees, Refunds, and Penalties.
This part brilliantly illustrates what happens to your money when you finally pull the plug, because nobody wants to leave cash on the table. The great news is that GEICO does not typically charge a cancellation fee for a midterm auto policy cancellation, meaning you are completely entitled to your unused premium back. If you prepaid for a full 6-month policy and you decide to cancel right in month 3, you are getting that remaining money refunded directly to your bank account or mailed to you as a physical check. Keep in mind, though, refunds usually take about a week or 2 to process, so don't expect it to instantly appear in your bank account the very next morning.
However, there is a major exception you need to be aware of. Pay very close attention to this distinction because most drivers have absolutely no idea about it. While most states use a clean pro rata refund, which basically gives you the exact unused portion back down to the penny, states like North Carolina apply what is called a short rate calculation. This actually penalizes you for leaving before your term expires, meaning GEICO gets to keep a larger portion of your unused premium as a penalty fee. If you live in a short rate state, it might actually make better financial sense to just wait until your policy expires naturally to make the switch. Always do the math before you make the leap.
And I really want to highlight a major danger zone right here. If you backdate your cancellation and create even a 1-day coverage gap, it becomes a reportable lapse. Let's say your new policy starts on the 5th, but you mistakenly tell GEICO to cancel on the 4th. Why is this so critical? Because to the insurance industry, even a 12-hour gap makes you look like an uninsured, high-risk driver. That single day without active coverage is a massive red flag that will drastically raise your future insurance rates for years to come. Always make sure your cancellation date is the exact same day your new policy takes effect.
Finally, Section 5, FAQs and Final Steps.
Let's wrap up this blueprint with some rapid-fire, frequently asked questions and the critical steps you absolutely must take to protect yourself long after the phone call ends. Now, you might be genuinely wondering, especially if you're frustrated with a recent rate hike, if you can just ghost GEICO and simply stop paying the bill when the due date rolls around. It seems like the easiest path, right?
Absolutely do not do that. Failing to officially cancel means your policy will likely auto-renew. GEICO will continue to charge you for coverage you no longer want, and when those premiums inevitably go unpaid, it will trigger potential collections actions and leave a massive black mark on your credit and your insurance history. You have to officially break up with them. Ghosting your insurance company is a guaranteed recipe for a ruined credit score.
Another major question we get, and a very common misconception actually, is whether leaving GEICO will somehow impact your other policies. Some folks think they can just pull their auto policy and smoothly leave everything else completely untouched.
Well, if you have home, renters, or umbrella insurance bundled with GEICO, you will almost certainly lose that multi-policy discount. Before you cancel, you must always do the math. Ensure that the amazing new auto rate you found actually saves you money overall once your homeowner's insurance premium inevitably goes up. For example, if you save $20 a month on your auto insurance by leaving GEICO, but your homeowner's insurance goes up by $30 a month because you lost the bundle, you are actually losing money every single month.
So here is exactly what you need to do after canceling the policy. Before you hang up that phone, demand a cancellation confirmation number live from the agent. Then ask them to send written proof of cancellation to your email right then and there. Literally do not hang up until that email hits your inbox. Finally, log into your banking app and double-check that your auto pay is actually turned off. You want a completely clean paper trail just in case an automated billing system accidentally tries to charge you the following month.
Now please remember that this evergreen explainer is for informational purposes only. You should always check your specific contract or consult GEICO directly or a financial advisor for personalized guidance regarding your unique policy terms. Every single state and every single contract has its own unique quirks.
But now you have the foolproof blueprint to safely cancel without fees, gaps, or legal trouble. The only question left is, are you staying with your current provider out of genuine loyalty or simply out of a fear of the cancellation paperwork? Don't let a simple phone call stand between you and the coverage you truly deserve. Thanks for joining this explainer, and we will see you next time as we break down more complex topics into simple, actionable steps.